So here's some simple instructions that I think will help you understand how to build the rocket ship. I've got 25 balls and 44 sticks, although the sticks I've cut down to 1/3 their size so that the scale's easier to do on a tabletop to understand what we've got. And rather than seeing these as balls with all these different holes in them and which one has the letter that aligns with that, maybe if we start by looking at it a little bit differently as far as just these different circles that exist on each ball. So we know that there's the equator, and all these different holes, we'll call this one the equator, and it's the ones that go out on what I'll call the 0 degree or the equator. The other one that there is they're the poles, the North Pole and the South, or the 90 degree if we're looking at those. The other one that we have, of course, is these 45-degree angles. There's only 4 of them on that circle, and they go out in different directions. So there's a 45-degree up, and there's a 45-degree down. And between those, I call them 3, being 0, 90, and 45, but there's actually 2 45s. Those are the only angles that exist on Crazy Fort's balls. And everything always lines up in either a 0, a 90, or a 45. So the next stage is to get 8 balls that are going to make up the base and put them in a circle. Simply starting at any hole on the equator, connect it to another ball with a hole on the equator. From there, skip 2 holes and add another stick. Then add another ball. Then skip 2 holes, add another stick, and another ball. Skip 2 holes, add another stick, and another ball. And you begin to see what's happening here is we're going to build the entire base for our next stage. So the next thing now is to come in with the 45-degree angles that make up the next level of our rocket ship. And there are these 45-degree angles here that you'll see we connect and put in these 45s. And you'll see, now as we arrive at our last one, and you may find this on several, one of the angles doesn't line up because the ball was put in on a different hole on the equator. All you do is turn it and rotate the ball 1 hole, and that will allow this other stick to line up on the 45. So what we're going to do there is now you should have 4 sets of 45-degree angles that come together on the base. Now as we move into the next stage, if you remembered in the first part of the video, there are 4 holes that make up the bottom 45s. So what happens is, keep the arrows on the top, and we're going to use 2 of those to connect these as we go around the base. Now that we've got the balls on top of each one, we're going to be using a rod across the middle to connect these 4 supports around the outside. From here we can start building the top portion of our rocket ship by adding sticks and capping them each with a ball. As I said before, remembering to keep arrows on the top of every one as we build. So you'll see here that we've taken the base and we've now added our 3 squares on top of each of the on top of the base structure. Now you'll notice here we left 2 of the sticks out on our top of our second one. We do need 4 sticks for the top of the structure, so we left them out of here. It doesn't change the integrity of it, but it does allow us the necessary sticks to build the top. So what we're going to do now to finish it is we're going to put the sticks into the 45s to make our peak. And as we spoke of before, sometimes they don't line up. If you find that, take it, rotate it 1 ball until you now have the 4 sticks pointing to the top. To top it off, we have our arrows at the top,
final piece into the 4 45s on the bottom. And from there, we have our rocket ship constructed. Hopefully this helps.